pop-ups. Pop-ups on my computer. Hello! Just popping in for a quick one. I was very set on streaming today. And then I was like, I don't feel like it. And then I was like, I might as well. So we're doing a quick stream. My chat is not loading. I kind of need that. But if I close out of it, I don't know how to reopen it. So that sucks. Shit. Should have thought about this before I started. View. Alright, well, let's roll the ads and maybe I'll figure it out while I'm gone. Be right back. Okay, we are back. I'm keeping an eye on the mic because I am using my mic, and usually if I finagle it in a certain way, it works, but then it'll randomly cut out sometimes, and then I won't realize that. For everyone, for sure. We don't have to get into it. If somebody wants to come on and have a conversation, we totally can, but until then, I'll probably Frankenstein in Baghdad. It was really good. I really liked it. It was very sad. It's like kind of exciting and quirky. You would have to read it. I don't know what's a spoiler, so I won't say much about it. Um, but it's really fun, mystical, exciting, but it's also very sad. And I think it definitely, the way they wrote it, I can't remember the author, Ahmed somebody. I feel bad that I don't remember who it is. Ahmed Salam, maybe? I could be totally wrong. And you know what? Let's look it up. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm talking about how good this book is, and I can't even tell you who the author is. Why is this not working? Okay. Okay. Google search bar not working. Probably shouldn't even be using it anyway. Frankenstein in Baghdad. Ahmed Sadawi. So I was kind of close. Ahmed Sadawi. Um, he wrote it over 10 years ago, but it takes place in like the early 2000s. So it's I can't call it like a historical book, obviously, because it's sci-fi fantasy, but it is very eye-opening to what life is like in Iraq, and especially specifically Baghdad. And that's part of what makes it sad. The story itself, like, there's sadness to it, but the ending is kind of sad. But it's really like, wow, this is what we did. This is what we did. Um, it's crazy. So it was really good. It inspired me to get some historical books from the library today. Um, I actually was talking about this today, how I collect books. I literally have like 2 crates of books right here with me that I have read maybe a handful of. Some of them I half read. I admit 2 of the books that I have read are memoir biography style, and I don't know. When you are talking about one person and you're not really telling a story as much as you're telling events, I do get bored. I never finished the Curtis Mayfield biography. I never finished the George Clinton biography. Never finished Neil Peart's. It's not really a biography. It's about his travels on the road, but like I never finished. And it's like, I don't know, when it's so focused on one person, it does get boring to me. It is what it is. But I literally have so many fucking books that I have not finished. I have more at home that I have not finished. And I just can't help myself. I still get books. If there is a free bookshelf, I'm taking a book. If there is a used bookstore, I'm buying a book. If there is a sale on books, I'm buying a book, getting books. And I was talking today about how like I've acquired probably 30 books this year. They're just in my car. I haven't read any of them. I have not read any of them. I've read one. I read The Hate You Give, which I had seen that movie and I thought the movie was good. I don't really know what people say about that movie, but I thought it was good. And the book was incredible. It had me totally sobbing when I already knew the story. I already knew what was coming and I still lost my fucking mind. Like, really good book. I recommend that as well. Um, that's the only one I read. They just chill in my car. They just are in my car, in my back seat, in my trunk, in my glove box. Like there's just books everywhere, and I'm like, okay, I'm swearing off the library. I am swearing off the library. No more books from the library. There is a book sale next week at one of my local libraries, and it's $3 to fill a bag. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I'm gonna do it. But I'm really trying to work on my collection. So I started Dracula. It's my book. I got it for free. And I started the X Files unofficial companion book, which is honestly very fun, very novelty. Each episode has a couple page synopsis and compares it to like real life cases. And it's fun, but I don't sit there and like read it like I would with a chapter book. I read an episode, maybe two, at most three, and then I like usually switch to something else. Put a movie on, pick a different book, whatever. It's like in passing. Oh, I have time to just read a quick episode, you know. So I started two of my books, and then today I checked out four more books from the library. Sweet, you're doing so good at reading the books you fucking have. And the funny thing is, it's not just like random books. I picked them out myself. Picked them out myself. Books I want to read. Books I bought because they look interesting, they sound good, because they're right up my alley. And still, I'm like, oh, but the library. Okay, guess what? The library books aren't going anywhere, but your books might because you need to downsize your books, right? Like, Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. I have a book problem, for sure. Books and jewelry. I cannot stop buying and acquiring books and jewelry. I love a good purse or a pair of shoes and clothes. I buy a lot of thrift clothes. But jewelry, books, yeah. Some girls are like a shoe girly. That's me. I like books and jewelry. So I'm really trying. But I got some really interesting books. I only have one of them with me. But this is one of the books that I got. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. If you can't read, Going Home, Jesus and Buddha as Brothers by Thich Nhat Hanh. I don't know how to say that for real. But yeah, that's one of the books I rented today. Very excited to read it. Seems like a pretty interesting book. I actually was like wandering through looking for the spiritual section, and they don't have spiritual books, they have organized religious books. So I picked a Buddhist book. I also got the Gnosis of Carl Jung. I thought he was a scientist. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. I thought he was a scientist, but he was in the religious section. So I gotta get this. Fuck yeah. So I'm gonna scoot closer. And then I got two books about Palestine from like before October 7th. You know, I'm talking about this all the time, thinking about this all the time. I should read about it. I should get even more educated than I already am so that I really know what I'm talking about, right? so I can really show support. Of course, buying the books would be more supportive than getting them from the library, but whatever. Somebody sees me read it, they might read it, you know? Somebody wants to come at me about my beliefs, then I can back it up, right? So, got a couple books on Palestine. One of them is Noam Chomsky, and I feel like I see his name a lot. I don't know how people feel about him. I don't know who he is, but I was intrigued. It was not gonna lie, it was kind of a shorter book, smaller book, so I was like, okay, this I can do. Because sometimes it takes me a week to read a book, and sometimes it takes me a month to read a book, and I'm like, I need to finish all 4 of these books in a month. Yikes! So I can get back to my own library. I need to read my books. I'm over it, fam. I'm over it. I gotta read my own books. And it's not like I can't take my book to the library and read it there. Nothing against that. Right? Like, it's fine. You can read your own books. You can even go to the library. See, but the thing is, I was gonna say you just go to the library and look, but I cannot seem to go to the library without checking out a book. I cannot. Unless I go right when they close to return something, because I rarely use a drop box. I like to go in and hand them the book. Hey, Landon. I'm so actually history buff. Glad you're here. I don't know how long you've been here, but I am talking about some of the books that I got from the library and stuff I have recently read. And I feel like maybe up your alley. History buff. Got some history books, kind of. So, cool. I'm good. I'm good. I'm a little tired, but I don't care. I'm sure we'll do some tarot. I just always kind of warm up with a little chit chat. Um, hell yeah. So, no expiration date on this allergy medication. That's interesting. So, yeah, I'm excited to read my library books. But I also need to read my books. And the thing is like Dracula is a long fucking book. I have that with me too. And before you judge me, no, I don't shop on Amazon. This was a free book. My therapy office has a free book cart. And I'll fucking take like 3 of them if it's full. I don't give a fuck. Because sometimes they sit there for months. Like, cool. If I don't like it, I'll bring it back. Bram Stoker is Irish. I did not know that. That's so interesting. Also, I'm reading the back of this and I did not know what the fuck was going on. Okay. So, I'm 76 pages into this book. Let me tell you, the first 50 pages, engrossing, amazing. Like, give me more. I wanted to read all day. Like, so good. But then, after that, I was like, bitch, I don't care about some random girl's proposals. Like, I don't want to hear about her love life. I wonder what this is about. 477 pages. So even though I'm 76 pages in, I have 400 more to go. Man. And I complain about those fucking fantasy novels being too long. Apparently that's been a thing all throughout time. I have the Odyssey in my car too. Another long ass book. Another long ass book. It's huge. So annoying. But yeah, it's definitely slowed down. I'm on chapter 6 and it's slowed down a lot. Where I'm like, oh my god, I need something else to read. This is gonna take a while. I am just so shocked Bram Stoker is Irish. I thought for sure he was like German or something. Interesting. So that's gonna be tough to finish. And yeah, I got Candide. I loved that book in high school. I don't even remember anything about it, and it's short, so I could probably read it and feel good about myself. But of course, it's a book I've already read, so okay. But super excited to reread it. But I want to read like the books I haven't read before. My favorite book, I read this book called Full Tilt when I was in 7th grade. Really, I have it right here. Oh, fuck it, I'm getting it out. He also wrote the Downsiders, which was another great novel. Like, I know it's like young adult or whatever. Crazy, this book brand new was $4.99. You can't get a book at that price anymore. It's an easy read. I read it in 7th grade for sure. Would completely reread this because I do remember this book. Um, it's so good. I don't know if it's actually so good, but I thought it was so good back in the day. I want to reread this for sure. Um, Dante's Inferno, never finished it. It's a bit of a hard read. So I started reading on here. I was reading the Sookie Stackhouse novels, but I got tired of it, and I don't think anybody cared. I had one of my friends was like, "Oh, it's so fun to listen to you read. I'm really into the book." Never finished the book. I don't know. I think at this point I don't stream consistently enough to be reading on here, unless I was literally reading like kids' books, short books. We got through most of Be Here Now, but then we got to the yoga section, and I was like, I don't have room to do yoga on stream. It is what it is. Maybe someday we'll finish that. But maybe we can get back into the reading. You know, maybe. Maybe. I think about streaming from my phone for convenience sake. Like maybe even sitting outside and streaming on my phone. But then I can't control the ads, and it's almost like harder to keep up with the chat. I mean, if it's a night like this when no one's really chatting, it's whatever, but you know, I prefer to do it on my laptop. And actually, I don't have this plugged in, so my plan, oh god, it's about to die. My plan was to just stream until my laptop died, but I wanted to get some cards going. So I might have to plug this bitch in. I figured having the light and the OBS running was going to kill the battery quickly, but I didn't expect to be that quickly. Oh well. Um, Let me roll 1 minute of ads. It'll bring us back to an hour. So we've been talking for 20 minutes. So let me do that. I'll plug it in. I'll plug it in. It's not like it's a big deal. The outlet is right there. I just was trying to time myself, but I thought I would get like 40 minutes out of the battery, not 20. So, be right back. Just a minute now. Okay, mic is holding up nicely too. Been keeping an eye on it. Okay, we're plugged in, we're charging. Cool. Me and my best friend like to do themes of the day. And she's like, "What's the theme of the day?" And I said, "Girls just want a free Palestine." And she said, "Okay." And so we wore like red and green. You can't tell because I had to put this on because it got a little chilly. But I wore a white dress, some green, black, gold jewelry, black, red, I meant red, and put the little rose in my hair, green necklace, a cross because Jesus was fucking Palestinian. Yeah, so that's today's look. But like I said, I just needed another layer. And I wore my green flannel yesterday, so I didn't want to wear it 2 days in a row. Yeah, so back to it. I don't know. It's been a while since we streamed. So I really couldn't tell you, like, what decks we've been using. This was holding my wire. What even is this? Piece of fabric? Looks like a dress or a doll. Could probably give it to my niece. Tell her that's what it is. I don't know what decks we've used lately or what we haven't used. If anybody has a suggestion or a request for a deck, I have all my basics. If you're like, oh, I want a general reading, or I could really use a love reading, or whatever, let me know right now. Bueller? No requests, huh? Nothing? No one cares? Appreciate y'all being here. But, alright. Guess we'll use my intuition to decide what we're doing. Mr. Weird. Okay. A prayer disguised as a spell mixed with hypnosis. I should offer those. It's funny because I picked. So I have this like cool briefcase kind of bag. And it's got like many pockets. It was free. Oh, my laptop fits in there. My cards fit in there. I put my books in there. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's got like an extra pouch in the front that I usually put my charger in. Really cool bag. But I was traveling last weekend, I guess. Maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't even know anymore. Probably last weekend, yeah. I was traveling. And I brought 2 decks with me. I didn't use them, but I just, just in case the people I was seeing wanted a reading or something, I had them on me, So I had them in a different bag and forgot them at work, and thank God we just happened to be selling a used deck of my Thoth deck, which I forgot. So I was like, fuck, I need that deck. That's my general readings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that deck. That and my Cosmic Deck of Initiation were in a different bag. we're in a different bag. And I stuck them in this bag. But the Cosmic Deck of Initiation went into a different pocket instead of the main pocket where the cards are. So when I opened the bag up and flipped the lid, it slid out. So I was like, okay, intuition. But why I'm saying, oh, that's funny is because these are the most prayer oriented cards that I have, in my opinion, because you have things like universal love and golden rule and guardian angel and those types of cards, universal spirituality, universal balance, where I feel like these are the most prayerful. But they're also my mandala cards, so you're getting a little of the hypnosis with that as well. I think this is a good deck for that request. And it was completely by coincidence. By a little mistake. Oh, I should have made a little coffee because it would just be nice to drink right now. I need to get more into tea because my bestie sent me like a ton of tea. A ton of tea. I need to drink it like every day. I have tea that's so old, but I'll probably still drink it because like this tea go bad is just herbs. Might lose its potency, but I'm gonna drink it. I don't give a shit. I got I got really into tea in middle school. I think it was like for Easter or something random because I'm Catholic. Someone, it was probably my parents, got me like this nice wooden box with like 8 different kinds of tea in it. And it was delectable. I loved it. I drank it all. And then one time my sister went to Alcatraz, which I've never been. She went to Alcatraz and she got me a cup that I still have. It's metal, so I tried to drink. It was so stupid. Was not thinking. I was in middle school. What do you expect? I went to go drink tea out of it. Holy fuck, you can't drink tea out of a metal cup. Dumb dumb. Oh my god. So now I keep hair accessories in it. But she got me this tea. I've looked for it. But it's Alcatraz brand tea. And they don't sell it anymore. And it had like, all I remember is clove. That's what started my clove obsession, was that tea. And I probably could get clove tea and it would be almost the same. But goddamn, that is hands down the best tea I've ever had. And I'll never have it. I still have some. I like refuse to finish the bag because I'm like, this is it. And it's not nearly as potent as it used to be. You know what I mean? Because it's just in like a pack with the individual bags. They're not individually wrapped. But oh my god, that tea is sacred to me. It is so good. So good. But generally speaking, I would like to get more into tea. Gotta drink more tea. I'm gonna add that to my Finch list. Have a cuppa. Have a cuppa. I'm gonna put it on my list right now. I have like almost 40 things on my list. So I still have like 15 more to go. And I'm about to add another one. Add a goal. Have a cup of tea. Add to an area. Nutrition, fuck it. Repeat every day. Save. Cool. Sweet. Anyway, have we talked enough? I've been talking for 30 minutes straight. Y'all barely talked back, which is fine. I'm the only one who signed up to talk here. Talk about books, freeing Palestine, and tea. Much more of a coffee girl at my core, though. Like I am. I love coffee. And I don't care if it's decaf. I like decaf coffee too. Because guess what? It does fucking taste the same. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It tastes fucking the same. Good decaf is better than bad caffeine, in my opinion. But there's actually 2 different processes they use to make decaf coffee, which did not occur to me. I thought it was like the growing process that determined if there was caffeine in it, which is stupid. Like, whatever. We all have our moments. But they sometimes use a chemical to decaffeinate coffee, or they use something, an extraction process where they literally extract it. I don't know. My dad was telling me about it. He's like super into coffee too. And so now he only buys coffee made from the non-chemical process. That's cool. Okay, so I'm yawning. Oh, we're gonna do this reading and call it a night, fam. That seems good. But also, something else. Oh. Whoops. Put a book in my notebook. Okay. Huh. Well, I must have put it back. Well, damn, why did I do that? So, last time I streamed, one of the last times I streamed, we used the pink deck. And I missed a card. So, I had ended the stream, I was cleaning up, and I found a card. So, I put it in my notebook. This is my affirmations notebook. I write something over and over again on the whole page. I try to do them every night, but then I go months without doing it. And then I do it for a week, and then I go months without doing it. You know what? I'm going to do it tonight since I got the notebook out. But I must have put the card back when I did a love reading recently. So, I guess we'll never know. Yeah, and then I also carry this around. The Book of Doors Divination deck. Such a cool fucking deck. I bought it like 2, 3 years ago, maybe. Never learned how to use it. And it's like, because it's Egyptian, it's literally all Egyptian. Tepi au un het akut a ra nef ta dwat. I can't make that shit up. Comes with a die. I have no idea how to use it, and I'm trying to figure it out. I've started reading this literally 3 times. So I'm starting over because it takes so much time in between that I'm like, oh, I'm determined. I always felt like this deep connection with the Egyptian stuff. Even though it's like, is that cultural appropriation? Or is it appreciation for ancient history? Because it's like ancient Egyptian stuff, not like modern Egyptian stuff. But this is an example of one of the cards. So you could see why, no matter what my gifts are, no matter how well that I can read, that is basically impossible to interpret without some help. But I've never, you know what, honestly, I've never tried. So maybe I just try. Never thought of that. But I want to do it proper. And I don't read the booklet for any of my decks. I never have. There was one, it may have been my Neo Rider Waite deck, the pink deck, where I started to read the booklet and I was like, I do not care. I do not care. Because I buy so many of my decks used that a lot of them don't come with a booklet. And it is up to my interpretation and about reading the cards. And I like it that way. Everybody else likes it that way because my readings are fire. So whatever. But this is different. I need to actually read this. But we know how I feel about my own book collection. This counts as one of those books. So I love it though. I love the aesthetic. I love the colors. I love everything about it. I feel like it actually really matches my outfit right now. What do you think? I want to read it. And then I thought, ooh, I'll read it while I'm at work. I don't really read at work that much. Sometimes I'm busy and the shift goes by. Sometimes I'm working with my friend and we talk the whole time. But that was the goal, was to read it at work. Alas. So, okay. Let's read the cards. Let's get back to it, shall we? Shall we? Let's. At the bottom of the deck, we have Universal Healing. So, here's a little antidote. I do think that I have talked about this before. I also feel compelled to break out the money fan. Yes. Fan yourself with riches. Money fan. Manifest it. Should I give you some too? It's coming. It's coming. So, universal healing makes me think, going back to hypnosis, and I don't know, what we were really talking about in terms of hypnosis, But my anecdote is that my uncle smoked for 30, 40 years. He used to dip and smoke, and he would do it at the same time. Tobacco here, cigarette here. Loved it. Went to a group hypnosis session. Never touched tobacco again. Like that. He still smokes hella weed though, so he still smokes. But he wanted to quit cigarettes, he wanted to quit dipping, and he did. Group hypnosis, man, that shit worked on them, love. Worked. So, hypnosis might actually be the answer. Might be key. Could be. Could be. Universal healing. Healing ourselves of vices definitely counts as healing, in my humble opinion. I still gotta try to quit. I'm so over the nicotine habits, the vaping, the smoking. If it's not one, it's the other. I'm sick of it. It makes me wonder, like, why do we even start that shit for real? And I do feel like it comes back to a little bit like peer pressure. You see adults do it, your peers start doing it, somebody tells you it's cool, or you think of people are cool when they do it. You know, it's just like, when are we so robbed of our innocence that we start to crave these adult matters? I wonder about that, you know? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. But whatever. We need to heal as a whole. Universal healing does not just apply to you. This is about healing, sure, yourself, your own wounds. This is also about healing your relationships, healing the earth, healing connections. Because connections are different than relationships. You have relationships with the people in your life, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your lovers, whoever. Healing relationships, but healing connections. The people you get stuck in traffic with, your clients, the people you pass on the street, the people who you are a client of, you know, people that you might only see once, talk to once. Those are connections. So, we require healing in every realm. Obviously, the planet has a lot of healing to do. People are being killed at all hours of the day in brutal ways, being absolutely slaughtered, massacred. I don't even know if I can say that stuff on here. It's fucked up. But people will swear up and down that you should have sympathy for a man who literally cheered that shit on. I don't fucking think so. Sorry, not sorry. You're out your goddamn mind if you think I'm gonna be above that shit. No. No, I'm good. I'm good. Oh well, burn in hell, as I like to say. Anyway, this is bothering me. I had a glass bottle that holds my bracelets, and it was like hanging off the edge a little bit, and I'm like, no, we need to push that over right now. So, universal healing. There's not much that we can do to heal the world around us, we'll be honest. There is not a lot we can do. There is so much pain in this world that is out of our control, that is not our responsibility, that is not our fault. And of course, we want to avoid saying not so much. We want to avoid refuting accountability, but there is only so much that we can do. So, what can we do? We heal ourselves, we heal our relationships, we heal our connections. We heal our own earth. Toil your soil, if you will. Grow out your hair. You know, that's true healing. It's not about putting a band-aid on a wound. It's about disinfecting it and stitching it up. Getting to the root cause, knowing where you bleed. Right? Figuring that stuff out. We have threshold. You're about to have a breakthrough. You're very close, and it seems like, oh my God, I've been hearing that for so long. I don't believe it. I don't care. I'm over it. Right? Like, I don't blame you. I feel the same way. I get that a lot in my readings. Oh, these next 5 years, you're going to figure it out by the time you're 35, da-da-da-da. Okay. Suck on it, dude. I don't give it. What the fuck? I don't care. Things seem to be getting worse and worse around us. Right? We're basically living in a recession. We can't afford anything. We are struggling. This threshold seems to be getting further and further away. It seems like the goalpost is constantly being moved. We fight for $15 an hour. Now you need 20. Fight for $20 an hour. Now you need 30. You know? It's crazy. And it's not just the economy. It's, you know, even like a bit of moral bankruptcy. Because like I briefly mentioned, one person dying has been cause for people to have moments of silence and lowering the flag, and all these people coming out in droves about, oh, people cheering this on are sick and violence is never the answer. Oh, really? Because violence was his answer? He said, I love what you're doing in Gaza? Huh? What kind of fucked up monster says that shit? And then, oh, lo and behold, he's a victim of his own crimes. No. No. Not a word for the innocent people who are being killed by the thousands every hour on the hour. But you want to have a moment of fucking silence for a literal perpetrator of violence. Not good. We should probably take a page out of Nepal's book, but that ain't never gonna happen. People are way too complicit and way too comfortable and way too compliant here. This threshold, that's the reason this came up. The threshold. It does feel like it's never coming. It's like, yeah, I'm at the threshold, but I'm never going to cross it. I'm at the edge of something. I'm never going to get past it. I'm at my breaking point, but it never fucking breaks. What's the deal? What's the deal? What are we going to do? We're at the threshold. But there goes the goalpost. I made it all the way there just for it to be further away. Shame. Shame. It really sucks. What are we going to do? What can we do? Law of attraction. Build it and it will come. Imagine yourself running a marathon. And imagine, you can imagine that it's just you, or you can imagine yourself running with hundreds of other people like you would in an actual marathon. But imagine you're running. Or do it. I don't know. It's your prerogative. Imagine running the marathon. But make sure you're getting to the end of the race. Imagine yourself breaking the ribbon, crossing the finish line, getting not just to the threshold, but through the threshold. Picture it. Obviously, we're not talking about running, and you're like, law of attraction, it doesn't seem like I'm trying to attract a marathon necessarily, girl. What? Totally get that. But it is a physical way of visualizing something that's a little more metaphorical, right? And you can envision your bank account increasing to the point where the bank calls you and says, "Is something wrong? Have you been hacked?" You say, "No, ma'am, I've upgraded." You can envision yourself being in your 100th AA meeting and finally getting that 9 day sober, the threshold. Attract it into your life. I just also cannot stop looking at this. I think it's a clip. My niece gave me this. And it's so funny because it's like it is a clip. I'm never gonna fucking wear this shit. But I have to. She's 16 now. I don't think she'd really care. She probably forgot about it. But it's sequins, and then you can reveal a picture. I think it's probably JoJo Siwa or something. I have to work this into my wardrobe. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wear it tomorrow. Or maybe I'll wear it the next time I see her. I don't think she ever wore it. It's just such a funny thing. But I think this is the reason that I was inclined to pick this up right now. Is truly Oh, we're back. Okay, so I don't know where we left off. I was using this little barrette as a metaphor. Maybe you got the picture. I don't know. It's probably around that time where the sound got cut off. Hopefully I noticed it pretty quickly. I'm guessing it's when I picked this up. I was talking about how my niece gave it to me and I gotta wear it, even though she's 16. She probably doesn't care or remember it. Yeah, so, did we get the metaphor? I don't know. It don't really matter. We'll move on. Glad I got the mic to work. For some reason, I was unplugging it and the desktop audio still wasn't picking up. So I'm like, the fuck is that? Like, once I start a stream, I can't change the audio, I guess? I don't know. Sagittarius. So, I think there is something that you are not addressing with a Sagittarius, or something's going to catch you by surprise come Sagittarius season, such as things coming to fruition, not happening till December. It's a long time to wait. You absolutely have to stick to what you're doing, the visualizing, the manifesting, the hopefulness, finding the balance, finding the harmony, finding the, what was the other thing? The healing, putting in the efforts to all these things. You probably won't feel any different until fucking December, November at the earliest, late November at the earliest, Sagittarius season. You may have to recalibrate. You may have to readjust. You may have to do something different. Looks like there's something on my mouth. But these things will not be finished until then. Inner vision. This is a future position. Inner vision, I told you. It's all about the inner vision. But you'll have to decide what your inner vision continues to look like. It's okay to visualize something and not get it and realize you don't want it anymore. Like, that happens. In fact, in a way that should happen because you're maturing, you're getting older, your values change, your opinions change. Like, totally normal to be changed by things. To be loved is to be changed, right? So you may find that that vision of your life does change in the future. And universal freedom. You do not want to... Sorry. My ex was really good about avoiding using negatives in sentences. He rarely ever said not, don't, never, no. Like, he spoke very eloquently in that way. And I do miss having that around me because most people don't speak that way. But I completely fell out of the habit when we separated. So that's something that I do wish I still had, that reinforcement reminding me how to speak. But I try to work on it when I think of it. Sometimes I speak so casually, so quickly that I totally miss it. And I'm like, oh shit, I totally forgot. Look at this little guy, also from my niece. He's cute. Gotta put him with my little gnome. Perfect. Yeah, so you may find that the vision that you have for yourself in your life is actually more restrictive than you want it to be, and you just have to adjust, and that's okay. That is okay. You might get to where you wanted to be and realize you want to keep going. That's okay. That's life. That is legitimately how it works, So do not fear, do not have no fear, have no fret. Thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you all. lurkers, chatters, viewers, admirers. I love every stream. I would love to do this at least once a week. I miss streaming every day. I might suck it up and just figure it out. Set up every night. Have a lame fucking stream. You know, I got my art on the walls. I got my knickknacks, my plants, and everything in here. But at home, I don't have that right now. And you know what? I might just say fuck it and do it anyway. So, we'll see. Because I miss this. I like doing this. I do really like doing this. And I would love to do it more. Because every time I come on here, I feel good. And people tell me they feel good. And it makes me happy. And it's something I enjoy. And it's on my Finch list. So, either way, I'm going to call it though. I ended up streaming for over an hour. Pretty good stuff. I gotta roll an ad in less than 10 minutes, so let's avoid the ad and just call it a night now. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. I love and appreciate you all very much. I don't know when I'll be back, but hopefully it's sooner than later. And like I said, I might just try to suck it up and do it anyway. Even when I don't feel like it, even when I don't want to, even when I'm uncomfortable, do it anyway. So, I love you. Thank you. Good night, good luck, and all that stuff. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, to you. See you next time.